I have just received mail, and I was influenced by Rowan and her challenge, the Yorkshire Sew Girl, because I'm easily influenced. And she put up on her stories that Felicity Fabrics is doing a mystery box. Now, I am a sucker for a mystery box, especially when I'm feeling quite run down. I'm quite ill at the moment, and just spent money. Don't need any more fabric, but I did buy a mystery box. Now, I don't really like mystery boxes because I'm always left with feeling a wee bit disappointed, and I like to buy fabric for projects. I don't like to have stuff in stash without an idea of what I'm going to make with it. But it's like gambling, isn't it? It's like that lure of, ooh, what if? Like, what if? It's actually amazing. Hide my dress. But you might be able to tell where I live because the red arrows are currently going over and they're very noisy. We apparently fought to keep them in Lincolnshire. Woohoo! They are loud. I like them. They're cool, but the noise does get into the whole house. So let's crack on and open this, shall we? It's very well packaged. Like, I can't get into it. Where are my scissors? Oh. So it's got branding on the front. Now I know it's these attention to details that it costs businesses money. It's what I didn't do in my own business. I tried, but I don't have an eye for detail. But it helps with like brand recognition and like repeat purchases. But I've never bought from Felicity Fabrics before. Her website was nice and easy to use. It was nice and simple, wasn't over cluttered. Handmade head to toe. I wish. I have plastic flip-flops on at the moment. I like the colour though. So I have a 15% off code just for me. We have some ribbon. I like that colour pink. It's beautiful for a little girl. That says, oh, I think that's too small. It says Born to Sew. There we are, Born to Sew. It's a nice pencil. I always have millions of pads lying around. Nice. A whole set of pins. You know, I was just thinking today, I actually need some more pins. Even though I have a whole load of pins. Oh, this is cute. Oh my gosh. It is a little magnetic coaster. I like that because I do have a magnetic dish, but it lives on my sewing table. And then when I'm taking all my pins out of my garments, they end up just, I stick them into the fabric thing that I have my sewing machine on. I like that. That's a super good idea. And I've got some little sewing labels, little rosy cheeks, perfectly me. I like them. They are cute. I was thinking about sewing labels earlier on today because I've made quite a few shorts for my little boy and some just plain woven shorts, and it's really annoying because I don't know what the front and the back is. So I'm like, maybe I should actually try and put some labels in these. I mean, how did she know I was getting peckish? I'm going to open this right now. I mean, I have just had lunch and I am perpetually on a diet, but there's a reason why my weight stays the same and not going down. Ooh, this is fancy. I don't know what it is. I don't know very good with fabric names, but it is soft. Oh wow, and there is a lot of it. Like a meter maybe? Or 2 meters, I'm not sure. I do like the colour, it's very baby pink. I've got a ton of paper. And then there's some in black as well. This is lovely. I'm going to have to look for ideas of what to make with this. And again, it's the same amount, so double this. I love the black. This is so soft. This would make a great jumper, I think. Like a really lovely jumper. And I don't think I've made any jumpers before. Not like sewing patterns jumpers. Like this is going to be so cozy for winter. Or I had some cardigans. I always say I need more cardigans. Oh, I love that. I would never have purchased these, like, ever. One, because they're probably, like, out of my price range, what I pay for fabric. And two, I just would have been like, oh, I don't know what to make with them. But I like these. This is going to give me a nice thing to think about. It's like waffly textures. I am suitably impressed, and I definitely would order again. Like, as a little treat, I think these are amazing. Like, I enjoyed opening that. So I thought I would take you through some of the other little sewing purchases that I've made in the past little while, because why not? I'm a nosy person and I love knowing what people are buying for their sewing. So the first purchase I made, I was going to make these myself, but then I watched a video by Cornelius Queering. Now his channel is fantastic, and they just have really good tutorials. His presenting style is really lovely, like he's really easy to listen to. And he did a video a few months ago, how to make a tailor's ham and why you need one. Now I didn't get all the way through the video because I just liked what he said in the beginning, that there's videos that you can make them blah blah blah, but a lot of time they're filled with, like some of the comments are like they're filled with like just polyester stuffing, and it's like you need sawdust in them. And I have seen this in a few blogs and stuff, and I'm like, am I realistically gonna go try and find a source of sawdust? And the answer is no, I'm not. And do I want to improve my sewing? Am I serious about improving my sewing? And I am. So I was like, I just wonder, Etsy sells everything under the sun. Let's go and see if we can support a small business. And of course there's someone who sells these with sawdust in, with wool on one side and a woven fabric on the other. And let me tell you how freaking beautiful these are. These are so pretty, and they smell of sawdust as well. So the shop is called Cat Lady Craft Cornwall. So handmade by Diane and Sue, and this is the sleeve. Isn't that amazing? So like she's like had to fussy cut this out of the fabric to make sure that this is on the middle. And then that is the reverse side, which I love this colour, and it feels okay. I'm really sensitive to wool. This feels lovely. And then here is actual sewing ham. Now I'm going to have to watch some videos on how to properly use these and look at some projects that will actually require the use of these. But together, I feel like I'm finally becoming a proper sewist. I'm finally like getting some tools, and like not just my scissors and my rotary cutter and a mat. I finally feel like I'm getting there. So they're lovely, and like they're a good weight to them as well, and they feel really nice. I went on Amazon. I got some of these things. So they're amazing. You put the bobbin on one end and then it goes through the thread. And I got like just a pack of them because I fed up with my bobbins not matching my thread, especially when it's like slightly different colour and I can't remember what bobbin goes with what thread. So that's by the by. We ran out of tape in the house. I've been using paper tape for ages, but I finally ran out and I had to send something to the post. I had no tape, and then I do print out a lot of patterns at home, and I have a lot of patterns that need cutting together, and I hate faffing around trying to find tape. So really boring, right? Really freaking boring purchase. But when I tell you, this has changed the game when I'm sticking my patterns together. It is so much easier than cutting. I used to cut them out and stick all the tape along the length of my my cutting table, and then they'd end up sticking underneath, and it was just a nightmare. This is amazing, and I'm in love. And now if anyone in the house, if they need some sellotape, they know where the sellotape roll is. So that's a really boring purchase, I know, but one that's really handy, and I wish I'd gotten sooner. Now, another Amazon purchase, this might seem also a bit boring, but I tend to avoid patterns that involve invisible zippers because I don't have any invisible zippers. So when I first bought like my batch of zippers, I just bought a load of normal zippers. And there is this trend now that you can't sew with normal zippers. Every single zipper has to be an invisible zipper, and I really rebelled against that. I'm like, why? What's wrong with normal zippers? Like, I have a whole box full of them. What the hell am I supposed to do with them now? When I thought I was being really good by buying bulk zippers because so many patterns include zippers, and then I realised that all invisible zippers. So I finally bit the bullet and invisible zippers, yay! Now I can actually make patterns with invisible zippers. So that's really dull, really boring. But I feel if I'm making a commitment to improving my sewing, I should at least learn how to install invisible zippers, not just the normal zippers. And it'll probably elevate my sewing if I'm honest, okay? If I'm being honest. I maybe ordered some fabric. I know, I've not used enough to order more, and you've just seen my video on me organising my stash. But in my defence, the llama dress, I'm a bit thick sometimes, so I had my scrap llama fabric, and I put my pattern pieces down, and I'm like, yeah, I have enough fabric to make this dress. And then I asked TikTok, which one should I make? And TikTok said, version B, the Sadie cinched waist dress. And I was like, yeah. So I cut the bodice out, and then I went to cut the skirt pieces out, and I didn't have enough. And I'm like, what? How has this happened? I just don't think. I don't use my brain sometimes. A lot of the time, I just make stupid mistakes. I think too far ahead, and I'm not in the moment, I'm not present. I'm always thinking about something else, so my brain just skips over steps. So I had to buy some more because, well, I already cut out the bodice and made the bodice, right? And it's a lined bodice, which is a new technique to me, because I made a toil of the Sadie dress, the cinch waist dress, and I hated the binding. It was awful. So I had to buy some. So I got this from the Dalston Mill in the UK. It looks a little bit brighter than my other one, but I think that's just because that one's faded. It is what it is, right? While I was on the site, they had some corduroy fabric at £5.50 a metre, and I bought a dungaree pattern on sale ages ago. I can't remember who it's by, and you know I'm going to make my Erin Tilly in the dungarees pattern out of the light pink blush salmon fabric. It's a really thin corduroy. It's not my colour. And then I bought this other dungaree pattern, which is like the proper dungarees with the clips. So I was like, well, this isn't that expensive. Now, the colour is pretty neutral, and it's pretty thin, but I think for £5.50 a metre, khaki, I know I'm wearing bright pink, right, but khaki is quite a good neutral, I think, for me. And then this is the needle cord. So it's very, very, very thin. Looks really durable, and I think once these are made, it's going to be one of my most worn makes of winter and autumn and spring. I mean, you may have to pry me out of this because the colour is just nice. I can wear like a nice bright top underneath if I'm feeling a bit bougie, a bit fancy, and it's just something I can throw on multiple days a week. So I'm quite looking forward to that being made up. I think I'll probably leave it till when the weather cools down, so maybe like a nice September make to like ease me into the autumn season. But then I reach the purchases. I may also have a little bit of fabric arriving from Pound Fabrics. That should be on its way in a few days. So hopefully I get to show you that in the next clip. Who knows? The last of my fabric order just came in, so I thought I would show you. Now this was an impulse purchase. I know. So I got a total of 6 meters for £30, and I got the Butterfly Floral Rose and Hubble Cotton Poplin fabric in navy. I got 2 meters of that, and that was £3.50 for 1 meter, so £7 for 2 meters. And I made this shirt dress as a twill, I'm not sure how to say that word. And I really liked it, and I've actually wore it out now, and I got a compliment on it. And I thought a really busy fabric would suit the shirring really well. I have a sort of jumpsuit from Next it's a busy fabric and it's really lovely, and the shirring on a busy fabric just looks, I really like it. It looks really good. So this is it. Now it's a bit chintzy, a bit, I don't know what's the right word. It's a bit girly for me, I think. But navy suits me. And I think having a bit more feminine florals in my wardrobe isn't a bad thing. So I'm going to make that up probably in the next few days, because it's raining all week here. So I'll maybe wear it in August if it ever stops. We get summer back again. And the next is, I got 4 meters, it's 58-inch wide, so I probably got way too much of this. Now it is a polycotton, but when I did my dress recommendation video, I saw this tutorial, and I really want to remake this tutorial as a YouTube video, and I just haven't been able to get this dress out of my head. And when I saw this fabric, I thought it's pretty much a pretty good dupe, pretty good fix. So I got 4 meters for a total of £17.80, and it's rather lovely, isn't it? So hopefully this washes well, because it is a polycotton. I usually do try and stay away from synthetic fibres, but I couldn't find this in a price that I was willing to pay in a 100% cotton, and I want something that I can just easily wash and not worry about having to iron every single piece every time, because it does get a little bit frustrating. So I have enough of this to make a full length dress. So if you'd like to see that tutorial, let me know, and I will put this as more of a priority, because that dress has been taking up headspace, which has been a little bit annoying. So that's it for this week's video. Really short, really sweet. Sunday's video is the start of the pant series, the trouser series. Oh, I am nervous. I'm going to make a commitment to this. So thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you on the next time.